Okay, perfect. Well, hello everyone. I'm glad that you were able to attend, or if you're not, maybe you're listening later. Thank you for your time, and hopefully the information myself and Alan that I'll be sharing, it would be valuable and very helpful for you. So today our main subject is neck and shoulder pain. I love working with pain. Just to give real quick about me, for the last 27 years, a little over 27 years, people living with chronic pain have been hiring me to help them to move living from chronic pain to living pain-free. And so they can do all the fun activities they love to do, and they rediscover and go back to their regular normal life. And neck pain is one of my absolute fun. I love getting clients in my office. I do have a brick and mortar in Los Angeles, California, seeing clients for neck pain. So if we're talking about neck and shoulder pain, my main first thing is, what's the root cause of your pain? Do you know it? Because a lot of times I do get people at the office that come to see me for neck pain or shoulder pain, and they either have diagnosed themselves because they saw, Alan, can you do me a favor? I let someone in, but could you do me a favor, keep an eye on when people come and let them in, please. So what is the root cause? You know, either, as I was saying, they diagnose themselves, look up, Google it, which is the worst thing you can do. Or, you know, they come with the diagnosis from their doctors. And I have to tell you, I've had several clients come in with the diagnosis and they have been misdiagnosed with their issue. So when it comes to neck and shoulder pain, most of the time is, if it's an acute pain, then you probably had injury, trauma, accident. Some of the common pains would be, you know, disc herniation, disc compression, stenosis, the narrowing of the spinal cord. The shoulder, like injuries, would be arthritis, frozen shoulders. There is tendon issues. What I love to look at, some of the uncommon things that most of the time, most practitioners won't look at, or they don't address it, and most of the time doctors will not even look at it. So when it comes to neck pain, over 80% of the clients I see at the office for neck pain is due to tight jaw. They have tight jaw due to clenching, grinding. They have tight tongue. Yes, a tongue could be very tight. I do a lot of intraoral release. I do a lot of tongue release, which can affect your neck muscles. Breathing issues, poor breathing habits. Do you sleep with your mouth open? Are you a mouth breather? Because it can completely change your tongue position. And then it blocks the airway. So then when it causes poor breathing habits, then your diaphragm will tighten. All the muscles in the front of your neck will tighten. The shoulder pain could also be back issues. If you have neck pain, a lot of times it can contribute to shoulder pain. But also if you have mid-back issues, tightness, injury, that can also contribute to your shoulder pain. One of the things that I can say maybe only 2-3% of clients, practitioners pay attention to or address or ask the clients, when it comes to shoulder pain, it could be due to internal organ issues, spleen issues, can do a referral pain, gallbladder issues, can have a referral pain to the shoulder. Let's see, there is, sorry, I'm forgetting, it's a deltoid, the gallbladder, bile ducts, and kidneys. Those are the main ones, and large intestine could have front of a shoulders pain issues. So those are the things sometimes I ask to my clients. And one of the biggest things, and I have seen this on women in their 50s, I don't know if it's a hormonal changes that can contribute to the shoulder pain. I haven't found any specific research that I can say, but one research I have found is antibiotic, very specific kind of antibiotic that has contributed to tendon issues. And I'm gonna look up because I have it on my next monitor. It's fluoroquinolones. When we share the, I'm going to, if you're here, I will share I put the link to an article in a chat. And if you're interested to learn about it, you can copy it. There's several antibiotics that contain these ingredients in it. I'm not going to butcher it anymore, but some of the commonly known Cipro, Levaquin, Avexol, Ibofloxacin. Sorry, I'm not going to say it. You can look it up. But these antibiotics can actually, their studies done, can contribute to tendon damage and actually cause frozen shoulders. So these are the stuff you need to know. You need to find out what is the root cause of your pain. So then your practitioner can do the proper, put together the proper action plan for you to figure out how to fix it for good, not mask, not put a Band-Aid on your pain or the symptoms. Sometimes I have clients when I see at the office, they say my pain is here, but then I'm working on their lower back or I'm working on their abdomen. They're like, that's not where my pain is. I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's where it's coming from. So, you know, it's really important for the success, for the sustainable success of the pain resolution. So today I want to share a couple of techniques with you that I think would help if you have any neck or shoulder pain, and specifically if you have an issue with the range of motion. This is simple technique and has been shown to help a lot because I'm not just teaching you here. I also teach these techniques to my clients in my office, or if I'm doing any consultations online. So let's say you have difficulty turning your neck to the right or to the left. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Or you have a right shoulder issue. So you can, if I go to bring up my right arm, I can bring it up only maybe 60 or 80 degrees, and my left goes all the way up. So this technique is so simple. So let's say your left arm has the full range of motion. All you're going to do is bring your left arm straight up and down. 2 sets of 20. You're not doing it fast. You're not doing it like, you know, just straight up. You're not forcing it or anything, and down. And you repeat that. 2 sets of 20. Before you do the technique, now make sure, test it. Okay, my arm goes up. Is it 60 degrees, 80 degrees goes up, whatever. And then after doing 2 sets of 20, you go back and test again. I can guarantee you it would be much better. Keep doing it, 2 sets of 20 until it's almost back to 100%. Now, if you have both shoulders hurting, then this next technique would be the one I would use it. So your sitting position, you put your hands on your chest, and you just gently, only your upper torso, you're twisting to the right and then to the left. As you twist, see which side it's much easier for you to twist. And it doesn't matter if your right shoulder hurts or left shoulder hurts, or it's hard for you to turn your head to the right or left. has absolutely no connection. Just test which side it's easier for you to turn, to the right or to the left. Like for me, it's much easier to turn to the right. So I'll be doing 2 sets of 20 to the right, just like that. And then after 2 sets of 20, I go back and check. Does my arm go up much better? Does my neck turn much better? Do I have increased range of motion? And see how much it increased. Then you repeat that. So usually I have a lot more techniques to share. I can like spend hours. I love sharing self-help techniques, but I have to tell you, I had a client who came to see me for neck pain, and she was scheduled to do a surgery, exploratory surgery on her neck because they couldn't figure out what was going on. And the pain was due to her jaw. She was a massive grinder and clincher. And after releasing her jaw, if you ever, like I'll do with Alan specifically for neck pain, where I teach specifically techniques to release your jaw, her neck pain went away. She actually ended up canceling her exploratory surgery. So please try these techniques. And I would love to hear your feedback, how it worked, which one worked best for you. And if there is any way, if you have pain somewhere else, and if any suggestions maybe of help, I'll put my information. You're welcome to connect with me. So I'm going to end my talk, and I'm going to highlight Alan to do, and then we'll open up at the end for Q&A. So please hang around and you can ask your questions when we're done.
Well, that of course is terrific. I mean, I've attended a lot of Ani's sessions, and I have TMJ. I've had it for years with stiffness and pain in my joint, and her techniques have helped me tremendously with the tightness that I have. I've had it so bad years ago where I used to get TMJ headaches up the side of my head, and Ani's techniques are just so simple and they all work. So they're really terrific. Some of you know me, some of you don't. So I'm Alan Baron, and I have a private fitness training company based in New York called Prism Fitness. And you can see someone already graffitied on my back wall, my specialties. So I won't go through all that with you, but you can see. So I just wanted to start out adding on to what Ani, of course, has wonderfully started with. Just kind of reminding why stretching is so important, because I'm going to go into showing you some stretches that you could be doing at your desk. The importance of stretching is really there because it helps us to improve flexibility and increases your range of motion, which Ani mentioned. It assists in correct posture by lengthening tight muscles that pulls away from the body from their intended position, such as because of so much sitting at our computers. And that's why so many people are suffering from back pain, neck and shoulder pain now, being chained to their computers for the last 4 years. It also provides potential to decrease injury by preparing muscles for work before and during activity. And stretching, believe it or not, has also been shown to provide mental and physical relief, both for us. So there really is some great asset to more than just wanting to do a stretch to keep the body loose and flexible. The body works, as we know, it works as a system. We really don't work one part at a time. Even if we move one part at a time, other parts of the body are still reacting to that one part of the body that might be moving. So the essential thing to all good health for our body is always deep breathing, sleep, nutrition, exercise, hydration, and spine extension. That's the big thing, which Ani had mentioned in terms of people with back pain. Spine extension is very important because we know that everything that goes on with the neck and the shoulders and the spine are connected. So I'd like to show you some stretches now. It's important when we do a couple of these stretches that we are looking to possibly feel some discomfort. They are passive stretches. We're not looking to strain or have any pain. And most importantly, we're not looking to hold our breath at all. So if you've been at your computer during the day and you need to take a stretching break, this is what they're intended for. And don't worry about remembering them. They'll be in the recording, and you can always connect again with me, and I can remind you of what some of these were. So for the moment, it's up to you if you'd like to participate or just watch. But if you like to participate, if you can, please just make sure that you're sliding back in your chair and your lower back is supported against your chair. Your feet are resting on the floor without pushing down, and your arms are just at your side. So we're up nice and tall, and we're just going to take a nice deep breath. So as we breathe in through the nose, we're looking to expand the belly, so this way we're getting the diaphragm to push down. A lot of people, as Ani said, are chest breathers, and that keeps it all up here. We want the diaphragm to lower as we inhale. And then a nice slow exhale out the mouth. And that's just sending a signal now to your mind-body connection that you're going to be doing something as a form of release. So we'll start with just some simple shoulder rolls. So by lifting up the shoulders to the ears, we're gently going to roll back and gently pull them down. We're not looking to ever roll to the front because that will create all the tightness here in the upper chest and neck. So it's a shoulder roll is really a lift to the shoulders and a roll back. So all these muscles in front are opening up and then pulling the shoulder down. And all these exercises can be done as many as 3 to 5 times a day, taking a break when you're ready to do so, and about 10 repetitions each. So these breaks don't have to be long. The body will respond as you're doing it because it will become a lifestyle habit. So we'll do one more shoulder roll up. We're maintaining our gentle breathing. We'll roll back and come down. So now we're going to lift our arms in the form of a goalpost. And we're going to start with the fingers pointing forward. And all we're gently going to do is rotate the shoulder joint so the forearms and hands turn back as far as you can go. Again, we're not looking for pain. A little bit of discomfort is okay because that's sending the signal to the tendons and ligaments to give a stretch. And then we're coming back down to the front. So this is passive and maintaining our gentle breaths. It's very important because what we're focusing on are the rotator cuff muscles of the joint, which get very tight as we're hitting the keyboard all day long. And it's a slow turn and back to the front. So that is an internal rotation. What we're now looking for is an external rotation. So now if we start at the top, we're going to rotate and now try to push the hands all the way down, but we're not trying to lift the shoulders again. That will tighten. So we're keeping the shoulders level and pull down. And then we'll lift back up. We'll push forward. And we're just rotating the shoulder. Those are the 2 main joints that are working. And we're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. We'll go one more time. And rotate down. So those are the 2 exercises that really point out the rotator cuff. So next, a very simple stretch, which is just the Y stretch, is that if you lift your arms and you're now forming the letter Y, all we're doing is maintaining this Y as best you can with straight arms and just reaching straight back. The important part is making sure your lower back does not lift off the chair and you don't hyperextend. Because we're focusing, if you hyperextend the lower back, the lumbar spine, then you're creating tension, which will travel up the spine. We're looking for passive release and then bring the arms back to the side. So we're going to inhale, come back, and just reach within a range of motion that is comfortable for you. And then exhale and come back to the front. We'll do one more time. Inhale back. Exhale forward. And we're opening up the chest. Opening up the chest will actually affect all the other muscles because, again, we work as a system and we're connected. An alternative to that exercise stretch, which also works, is if you clasp your hands and place them behind your head, and the hands are resting there. So we're making sure that we're not trying to push the head against the hands, because that will contract the muscles in the neck, which we don't want. We want everything to be relaxed. And here, we're just pulling the elbows back. And you'll feel more of the back of the neck and the upper shoulders contracting with this move. And then you're just exhaling, relax, and bring the arms all the way in for the release. Inhale. Go back for the reach. And exhale slowly in. We'll go one more time. And you'll see the more you do this, the more range of motion you will start to get, because this is all about generating blood flow into the muscle and connective tissues and generating fluid into the joints. And the body learns by habit. And arms down. Moving on to the next one. We always, of course, want to stretch the wrist. So we can just take one arm forward. Don't worry about the elbow or the shoulder. With one hand forward, we're just going to hold on to the fingertips. Let me get my hand over it so it doesn't black out. And we're just going to gently pull back on the fingertips, feeling the stretch going through the wrist. You will feel it in the forearm as well, the bottom of the forearm. So that shows you how everything is connected. And then just release and let the fingertips come forward. So inhale, gently pull back on the fingers, stretching through the hand to the wrist into the forearm, and letting go. We'll switch to the other side. We always want to work symmetrically. So inhale, pull back on the fingertips, get that stretch, and gently let it go. Inhale, pull back. And again, if any of these movements are painful, you control the range of motion. So just lessen your range of motion so you're not feeling pain, because there is a fine line between discomfort and pain. And we don't want pain, because pain will take the muscle into contraction, which we're looking to avoid. So next, this is an actual good exercise, which will get the entire arm, where we're keeping the arms bent at 45 degrees, and we're literally just taking the hand, forearms, and shoulders and rotating up. And then we're rotating back down. Inhale, and we're taking all three of these major joints, wrist, elbow, and shoulder. We're moving them together as a system, which they are. Inhale and turn. Exhale and press down. One more time. Inhale and turn. Exhale and press down. Next, we're going to go to one that works very well for the shoulders. This is actually similar to clapping cymbals, if anybody was actually in the band in high school. We start with the arms out in front, palms facing internally towards each other. And we're not going to clap the hands together. That's just the metaphor. We're going to take one arm straight back as the other arm comes straight down. So you're reaching back with the vertical arm up to stretch the shoulder and the chest. The other arm that is down and reaching back is now stretching the other side. And you will feel a contraction in your upper back, which is okay. And then just bring the hands back side by side. Separate the arms. One reaches back at the top, one reaches back at the bottom. And back together. One more side. For each. And now we're going to switch sides. Again, we work symmetrically, changing the arms. And again, you're controlling the range of motion. You're maintaining your lower back being supported. You're maintaining gentle breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. This is all passive. This is all feeling good. No pain, maybe some discomfort, but that's short-lived. The benefits outweigh the risks. And for the last one, we're going to go to the neck. This is tough for a lot of people because a lot of people, like myself, hold tension in their jaws and their necks and the upper shoulders, all in here. So it is very important to be able to stretch and to do it properly. So with the neck, we're going to take the right ear over to the right shoulder, just very gently. And then we're going to take that same arm from the same side to the side of the head. So here, it's a very gentle push of the ear to the shoulder. If, again, we're avoiding pain, this may be very tight for some. I know it's tight for me. So it's a gentle push down and hold. After holding for a little while, if you are feeling discomfort, you will start to feel the discomfort release, which means that your body is communicating internally and reacting positively to the stretch. And then we come back. Then we want to do the other side. Ear towards the shoulder. Hand comes up on the side of the head, and we're gently pressing down the ear to the shoulder. No pain, just get that lengthening that happens. Sorry, I'm in reverse, all the way on the side. And the third part is very important. For a lot of people, actually hyperextending and lifting feels very good. Unfortunately, it really is contraindicated, because if you do it long enough, what you're really doing is you're limiting blood flow to the brain by compressing nerves and arteries. So you can actually pass out if you hold long enough, which kind of defeats the purpose. So when it goes to stretching, we want to stretch the back of the neck. So choosing either hand gently behind the head, and we're doing a chin tuck to the front of the chest. And you'll feel the stretch go down the back of the neck. And that is what's preferred. And then release, chin up. Inhale, chin to the chest. Exhale, coming on up. And one more time, chin to the chest. And we're back up. Good. So once you get this routine down in terms of which exercises you feel work for you, give you relief, you're really talking about a 10-minute stretching break at your desk, doing it several times a day, every hour or two, getting up, getting that water, doing that stretching break. So I will put my contact information in the chat. What I'm also going to load in is a handout for you, which is for maintaining proper body alignment and posture while sitting at your desk with your equipment. and it'll be in the chat. If you have a problem downloading it out of the chat, please connect with me directly, and I'll be more than happy to email it straight to you. It's really a great handout, and it really lets you know just where the body likes to be in terms of avoiding all the things that go on. So thank you so much, and I hope your body now feels a little bit more loose and revitalized.
I love your classes, Alan. They're always very helpful, and gets us stretching and opening up, and it just makes you feel good. So thank you so much.